Hey, and welcome to week 42 here on The Real DVD Watchers. On Wednesdays, as always, it's me, Tom, and the movie that I've chosen to review today is something that I read about in Burrowers magazine back in May because it was a Drag Me to Hell issue. I read about it, and I saw it at work, and I was kind of interested because the concept of it sounded really cool, but again, I was kind of skeptical. So after reading the article about it in Burrowers magazine, it just made me affirm my suspicions about needing to check it out. So I did, and I am so glad that I did because it is probably one of the most unique horror movies I've seen in a very long time. That movie in question is The Burrowers. It was made in 2009 by T.J. Petty. It is his first production. It's put out by Maple Pictures. Basically, what this movie is about, it's set back in the Dakota Territories back in 74, I believe. And basically, it's about this one man named Fergus Coffey, who is Irish. He asked for this girl's hand in marriage one day, and then later in the night, she's with her family, and they get attacked by what we believe is by this group of monsters. If you don't really see the monsters, and so he comes back the next day to find the father has shot himself in the head, and the family's missing. He believes that it's Indians, so they gather up a posse and decide to go look for the family, and along the way they get a military escort. And from there, they decide, it's got to be Indians. Until one night when they're all out by themselves, 4 of their men go missing, and they still assume it's Indians. Until just one day, they've just stopped, and this young boy is picking up stones to throw at a tree just to kill some time, right? And he sees a piece of hair on the ground. He's like, "Oh, must have just fallen on something." So he pulls on it, and it comes off of a skull, and they brush back and see the girl buried alive, except she's got a big gash across her neck. She's still breathing. She can't move, but when they take off her one shoe, just her toes is able to move, and you realize that it's not Indians that are doing it. It's these ancient old creatures that have been around since before the white men came to North America. And it's a really interesting take on a horror movie, just due to the fact because you really don't have anything that is so rooted in the Wild West style. It has the true grit, if you will. I know that's a horrible pun to use, and I totally didn't mean to do it. But it really does have the true grit of the Wild West going on. Why am I throwing out all these movie names right now? But nonetheless, so it is a pretty good movie for a first-time director. Basically, the acting in this movie is actually pretty good. You will recognize some people. I'm just going to nail some names here on the back. There is William Moffer, Sean Patrick Thomas, Doug Hutchinson, Carl Gary, and Clancy Brown. A lot of these guys you will know because I recognized the one guy who plays Parcher from Lost. He played Ethan, the first other. And then there's the one guy who plays Clay. He's been in a whole bunch of horror movies. He was in Pet Sematary 2. He's that really tall, kind of creepy guy. You'd know him if you saw him. Of course, Sean Patrick Thomas from Barbershop and Save the Last Dance. There's the guy who played Buddy from the Green Mile, the really annoying young guy, the one guard. I think his name was Clancy in that or something like that. I totally forget. It was some stupid name. But this movie is actually pretty impressive from a first-time director. I mean, a lot of the stuff they use for gore and creature is all done with computers, and the creatures kind of look a little bit bad, but at least the prosthetic stuff does look really good. I mean, when the monsters feast on people, it looks so good. As for originality with this movie, totally original. I'm so glad that someone is trying to reinvent the horror genre, especially when it comes to something like this, because you have so many movies that he could have done. He actually could have made this into a Western, but the fact he decided to turn it into a horror monster movie, I have so much respect for this man because he did that. The acting is top notch for a little small independent film. It is very top notch. Even the people who play Indians in this movie and all their lines are subtitled, still very, very good. One of the things I'm actually really impressed with was their use of light in the night shots. Some of them is that day for night shots, you know, where they film in the day, where they just put like the black filter over top, so you can see the shadows, stuff like that. But a lot of it is lighted very, very, very nicely. Rob Zombie should take a cue from TJ Petty on how to shoot in the night. I don't want to get into Halloween 2 right now, but nonetheless, superb. The overall story does feel true. It feels original. It's a great movie. The editing in this movie, it does have a very Western feel to it. Honestly, I feel like T.J. Petty is a big fan of, you know, the Sergio Leone's movies, you know, with like Lee Marvin and stuff like that, Sam Peckinpah movies, because a lot of it did have very familiar feels to it, and I think that's what really made this movie work. So, if I had to give The Burrowers a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it about a 6.5. It's better than the average movie, but it's not like superb or superior. I know I'm playing it up a lot, but just it is a pretty good movie, and everyone should check it out because it is totally cool in my books, and hopefully it'll be cool in your books. This is a great addition to any DVD collection. Yeah. So that was my review for this week. Sorry everything's really, really short. But yeah, I felt like I just got to the meaty goodness inside. Anyone who sees that will understand the pun. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later in my channel. So, bye.